Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here and welcome to the second season with Manchester United. You can see all my transfers right here. I will go through them, but I got to say thank you for the great response on the first season. It was a pretty huge season, wasn't it? From the first half of the season, the troubles through De Gea, the squad problems with unhappiness leading from that, and then the positive second half of the season where we ended up winning the title, and not just winning it. There was a few games where we looked really special. We did beat Arsenal 5-1. I think it was like a 7-1 also against Newcastle. There was a game. And Leicester City, the 13-0. That was fantastic. And yeah, that was in the second last episode where I did actually clinch the title. And I think it was in that episode that got a real good response. People were like congratulating me and all that stuff. The majority of people anyway. I try and read all your comments, but I think there was a couple guys that were saying it was too easy. Of course, Manchester United. I want to talk about that a little bit, and yeah, maybe they thought I was getting too excited about it, but I just want to bring some passion. I want to bring some passion to the videos, and if you like the passion, drop in the comments. So yeah, because like I said, I try and read all my comments, reply to a lot as well. So if you like me being passionate and just that kind of my videos that way, being passionate in my videos, trying to do the best I can, yeah, leave in your comments. But yeah, I can understand if people think I may get too excited sometimes for Manchester United. You should be expecting to win most of the time, but I just, especially because it's a new game as well, it's the start of the game, you don't know how you're going to do anyway, like if your tactics are good or whatever, but yeah, I just really want to bring passion to it and make the best videos for you guys to watch. So hopefully you do see that the same way as well. But after all that happened, there had to be a lot of changes. Now, yeah, I got out of that first season where I wanted to do well. I wanted to, like I said, get excited about everything. But now I'm going to take it more serious, kind of, in a more serious way. I'm not going to get so excited over little wins here and there. I'm going to focus on what I want to bring. And because the next challenge is harder, next challenge is Champions League. But it's not just Champions League. It's building an amazing football club. That's already there, but it's more so the squad now. I want to build something that's like a terrifying club to face. And they definitely weren't that in the first season. They've got some attacking talent. People definitely thought that. And I'm working on building an amazing squad. This is what I always do in these big teams saved. I like to build like a phenom side that seems unbeatable and plays that way as well. So hopefully over time I'll be able to get to that stage. And also for people that are wanting more of a challenge, and I can understand that, maybe more mature people, and you want to see something more challenging and not just being a big team, whatever. I do have my Bath City save coming really soon, lower league management. So, and I'm doing my journeyman as well, where I want to succeed with multiple teams in the top European competition, or European league. So hopefully that will suit you as well. So I should have covering different series for different people. But now I will get into the transfers, and I'm sure you've been looking at them while I've been talking about it. And yeah, I'm not sure what you think, because I think there's good ones, at least. Well, I think they're all good deals. I think they're personally all good deals, but I think some might think they're a bit controversial or something, or I shouldn't have signed someone, or I shouldn't have let someone go. But we'll go analyze them now. First up, Wayne Rooney for 29 million to Arsenal. Of course, this will probably be the most controversial one, but usually, and that is the case with this one as well, those ones bring in the most money. And this deal and this decision I made came from personal experience from FM14. By the third season, Wayne Rooney for me went down to 10 million value. And like when he was 31 and that kind of stuff, I wanted to sell him because he wasn't making the same impact on the squad. He just simply wasn't doing that. So I thought to get almost 30 million for him at this point in time is going to be a great piece of business, and we can put that money into getting some players that's going to be an impact in the future for us, and maybe now as well, but for like 10 seasons, signing guys with high potential that's going to be impact for 10 seasons, opposed to Rooney, maybe one more season he'll be world class and he'll start declining. So you've got to think about it in that way. What's the best deal for the club? And that's one of the things, again, I want to build. For me, results are always important, but to see an amazing squad you build, for me, is better. Because when I do that, like maybe play 5 seasons or whatever, I like to sit down. I could sit there like 20 minutes, look at my squad and look how nice it is and all that stuff. especially with regions, like not real players, and see how they developed. That's something I like to do personally. So that's why I be a big team, not just to win games, to see the development of younger players. And that's something I personally enjoy doing. So that's why I do a series like this. And another interesting one, 25 million for Tom Cleverley. And this is on the other side. People would be pretty happy to see him go, but probably wouldn't believe I sold him for 25 million. But with the season he had, if you think about, just forget how he played or plays in real life, his ability in real life or whatever, at least in the game, he had a real good season. He got 9 assists, 2 goals for Aston Villa, 7.22 rating. I offered him a new contract, and after that it was worth, I think I showed you that, it was worth about 15 million. And yeah, he was wanted by clubs. So I actually offered him for 25 million. It was above his value, about 10 million, as I said. 10 million above his value. And Tottenham made a bid. And keep in mind, a lot of these deals, ones I'm bringing in and ones going out, a lot of them are over a certain amount of months, whether it be 24 months, 48 months, or there's other player contract deals. But I won't go through that because I have to go to a different section and it's on so many players. I might go through it another time. Or when I'm talking about that specific player, at least players I brought in. Next was a guy who I sold for 23 million to Atletico Madrid by the name of Daley Blind. Judging by what he did last season for me, or at least how regularly I played him, I only played him 10 times in the league, but he still struggled to get over a 7 rating. For the most part, he was only a backup left back for me, like to Luke Shaw or something. He was one of those players like Fellaini that I don't see he would suit the role in my team. He's not... every player I have in my squad, I have to see they're going to be a key player, whether it be in the future or now, or just, something like that. But I couldn't say that Daley Blind. I don't think he's the right player for us, like a defensive midfielder. He's a strong defensive midfielder, but we weren't playing that role. If I was at a different club, and maybe if I implemented a different tactic with a defensive midfielder, maybe with a regista or a halfback, I think he would suit that nicely. Like, if I was at Atletico Madrid, and just for sakes, he had him, I'd definitely use him. I think he'll suit that role very well. Also, next up, another player we sold to Arsenal. I'm sure people will mention, selling to rivals, but I don't actually think it's a bad thing, because I sold these players because I don't believe they're the quality to win Champions League and, again, win titles. So it'll... Obviously, they're good players, but I feel we're getting better players in, and we're getting good money from them as well. Johnny Evans, he had a good season, so I thought I would capitalise on that and sell him to, again, Arsenal, 15 million. And because he had a bit of problems, he wanted to leave. He wanted first-team football. And when you got guys like Balanta coming through and other good young defenders, Rowan Presland as well, new young talent coming through who I do want to give games to this season, he's probably going to take that, what Evans played last season. So I was happy to let him go for 15 million. Decent amount for Johnny Evans, I think. And then Javier Hernandez. Well, this is kind of hard to prove, but I sold him just under 13 million. But he actually, I'm not sure if you can see it here or not. Nah, I think he got it anyway when he signed. He actually, if someone else started a Manchester United save, it must be the same situation for you. When he came back, it said he needed a work permit to play. And even before that, I was thinking about selling him anyway, making some money off of him, because we had more strikers coming through, like Giovinco, Rescoldani on a free transfer. And I think it was best for everyone that we let Hernandez go. I'm not saying any of those are better than Hernandez or Hernandez is better than them. I just felt, especially with that work permit pending, like it said work permit, he couldn't be selected. I felt it was best to sell Hernandez. And also Vermaelen, I decided to sell him to Middlesbrough because, I just accepted a deal. He's not that special. He's 23, so he probably won't increase majorly. So I think that was okay to let him go. And this is probably another big deal. We exchanged Nani. It was almost another Fellaini situation. Like, it will be, I'm sure it'll get the same response to people like the John Stones did. But obviously, John Stones, he's going to be in the same situation. Like, he's going to be an important player for us. Whereas Fellaini for Everton, maybe in 3 or 4 years, he won't be at Everton. He'll be like 33 or 34. So, or I think 32 or 33. Anyway, regardless, about the same. John Stones would be a more impact than Fellaini in right now or even in a few seasons. So we did the same with Nani. You can see Samuel Umtiti plus 14 million. We'll talk about that when we get to it, when you can check him out. And the rest, you can just see players out on loan. Let Carrick go. And then he actually joined West Ham, which is, I think it's a good move for him because he actually started at West Ham. So yeah, I'm happy. If he wasn't going to be on another season with us, I feel going to West Ham is the next realistic move. So I'm happy with that. And yeah, a lot of other players with talent we sent out on loan. Christopher Aja, he's going to QPR. Undoubted talent. 197 centimetres. Creative midfielder. Marcus Rashford. Mensah. Kiende. Adama Traore as well. He's going out on loan to Lyon. Hopefully he can have a very good season. He's already play the first league game. And hopefully he can have a very good season in terms of developing. And also Jesus Vallejo. He's going out on another season to FC Lorient. It's good for him to send him out to the same team, I think. So he's familiar with the lads, familiar with the league and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully can continue to grow there. Jordan Kirillov, the first region that I actually signed from a different team. I sent him out on loan to Barrow. Again, looking for experience and hopefully can develop well. He's got good potential as well. Herving Lozano, guy we signed last season. He's gone out on loan to another Mexican team and hopefully just continues to play. Who knows how good he's going to be. He's a winger, creative winger, can cross, dribble with a bit of pace, all that kind of stuff. Teamwork as well. It's good for wingers with teamwork. You know, a lot of wingers can be selfish, so it's good that he has that and be a good player going forward in the future. And also Wilfred Zaha. I almost thought about selling him, but I think one more season, maybe, last chance to really develop into, or to show me he could be a player for me, but I don't think he could, considering the other signings we have made up until this point. So you can see Samuel Umtiti, that'll be the first one I'll talk about, the player exchange with Nani. Like I said, Nani, I actually wanted to sell him, but I couldn't. Like, Lyon were interested. I went down to offering 10 million. 10 million for Nani, and he's gone under that value there, but at the point, he was like 15 million or something, but obviously you can't prove that right now. But yeah, I was trying to offer Nani, but no teams that were interested were making bids. So I was looking at the teams that were interested. Was Lyon and another team, can't remember who else. Oh, I think it was Sporting actually, yeah, where he went. But yeah, I just couldn't find, we couldn't make a deal for any of the players. So yeah, player exchange for a good defender in Samuel Umtiti. He's a great defender. You can see his report, 4-star potential ability. And that's, I know, well, someone told me what this means, so it must be right now. I think, well, they sounded like they know what they're talking about. The 4-star potential ability is their minimum potential. And the black star is what their maximum is. So, obviously, somewhere in between there. So, he's got potential to be one of the best players in the club. So, in essence, we swapped Nani for a centre-back, and he can play left-back as well. That was a bit more enticing as well. Yeah, for a player that's going to be one of the best players at the club. But yes, still plus 14 million. But again, it's the same John Stones for Fellaini situation. He's going to be more of an impact than Nani would be in our club in 5 seasons. Like 5 seasons from now. So, and that's the whole part of what I want to do here. Build an amazing history with me as the manager. I want to build a Sir Alex Ferguson. Like I said earlier, some people might think this save is easy. But big teams is actually the biggest challenge there is, especially in real life. A game might be different, but yeah, no one said to Sir Alex Ferguson, "Oh, your job was easy" or anything like that. There's a lot of hard work to achieve what he did, and I want to achieve that as well. So hopefully, you can understand that. And I'm sure there'll be some people, probably the same people that said with the John Stone situation. Where are we? Yeah, about 10 million player exchange for Fellaini. I'm sure it'll be the same, but you got to think about it in the way, like the way I said. Who will be the team benefiting in about 4 or 5 seasons? And yeah, that money I would have got from winning the Premier League and being in Champions League this season. So yeah, I think it was, at least I was personally happy with the move. But of course, it's all how he performs, and if he does develop into that potential, that's when you can only really judge it, I guess, on his performances. You can just see it looks good for now with his potential or whatever, but he has to perform. But next up, Yuri Tielemans. I felt we needed another central midfielder. Like, I had the money there. I looked at my team, and who did I need? Defenders, we were covered, especially after signing Umtiti. And forwards, we've got heaps of forwards, and another situation as well, like with strikers, I'll talk about. But Yuri Tielemans, again, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. 13.5 million. I'm happy I got him for that cheap, considering it's technically below his value right now, and he's so good as a midfielder, and he could potentially play as a striker. Like, who knows? But I probably wouldn't play him there much because we've got other strikers, but he's just a beast, and he's got the potential as well. The same, yeah, 4-star minimum potential, and then that black star for the maximum on the 5th one, and he's quick as well. I love the central midfielders that are fit, like they're very quick, so he could be a good player for us. But again, it's that situation, all these young players, they have to reach their potential. And obviously you have to give them game time and all that. But to me, that's a given. That's going to happen anyway. And another midfielder. So, yeah, we are stocking up on midfielders, but we got rid of guys like Carrick. So, got to think about it in that way as well. Lucas Romero. He's like, again, similar signing to Tielemans. You could see these two guys together being the two central midfielders going forward in the current formation that I'm playing, and defensive midfielder. I'll talk about that a bit later as well. Lucas Romero. The reason I actually made for a bid for him, if people wondering, other teams had bid accepted. So I either had to sign him and teams in this league as well. Liverpool made a bid. Man City, of course, they'll make a bid. Chelsea made a bid. So it was a decision of getting a quality player. You see, you dominate in the league. Look at that. Look at those stats of his average ratings. So it was either me signing. This is the decision. Like I said, this is the decision I made. Do I want to sign an amazing central midfielder that can make an impact right away, but also that's going to grow amazingly, that can play very good defensively, but also pretty good as a kind of creative centre midfield player? You can see with 17 passing. Or let him go to a division rival. I felt that was one of the biggest reasons I had to sign him. And look at that, though. Because he wanted to leave, I could get him for 8.25 million. And that's kind of, every team got that accepted. And now he's worth 18.5 million. And I love this guy as well. I think I signed him in FM13. I think it was FM13. It wasn't FM14. Because I had him with Stoke. And my Stoke, I did a little experiment with Stoke trying to play attractive football. And yeah, that's where I signed him. So that was FM13. So that was a couple years ago. He would have been, I think, starting 17 in that game. Or 18. But nonetheless, he's a talent. He's a talent. Like I said, defensive midfield. I'll talk about that in my tactic very soon. And another regen signing we have made. And I said I signed Kirillov as my first regen. If you're wondering, Kenny Anthony. I got him approached to sign. But you can see the date anyway. He just shows before him. It's in order of the fee. So please understand that. Kenny Anthony from Norwich. He's a fullback that can actually play on both sides, and more to talk about him as well. He's strong on both feet, so I could teach him play right back, and he'll be strong there as well, because obviously, strong on both feet. But before I signed him, it said he could be the next Ashley Cole, and that's signified by his potential again. The minimum of 4 stars, and then the black star on the 5th one. He's really quick. Potential to be one of the best players at the club. Played both sides of fullback. He went from Leyton Orient to Norwich, and then we signed him for 5 million. He made one appearance, a pretty bad appearance, to be honest, for Norwich in the Championship. But no doubt he's got potential, but obviously he's going to be a couple seasons in the under-18s. But in the future, I reckon playing that 2 fullback position, it will be really crucial, because obviously we have guys like Luke Shaw, who's going to be set in that left back. But that guy, Kenny Anthony, can come in maybe as a backup player, maybe when he's 18, maybe until 21 or something like that. And then, we'll see what the team is situated at that point. And my free transfers, I went through them already. So for me, it's pointless to do those. Well, not pointless. I just mean, I talked about them earlier. So if you watch all the videos, you will know about those lads. That's basically it. We do have a game against Arsenal in the Community Shield. I was originally going to play it. But as I said, I don't want this video to be too long, because I remember this episode when I did in the first season, going through my transfers and playing it went a bit too long. And I just want this to be introduction for transfers, and you can look out for that in the next episode. And hopefully, we can get away with a win. But before I do that, I just want to show you another signing. Look, 16.5 million. But again, this guy, it's not all up front. It's pending on after he plays 50 games for us as well, so that'll be ages away because he's a regen. It will be a long time even before he just gets introduced to the first team. And then I think international caps and scoring amount of goals that a lot of clauses like that. So it's not actually 16 million up front. So I just want you to understand before you're saying it's like overpaying or whatever, because he may not, yeah, or it'll just be a real long time before he plays at 50 games for us and the score's like 20 goals. I think that's what I put for him. But anyway, he's got 20 determination. He's quick. Could play centre mid or right midfield. That would be good. He's got 16 dribbling. So he can be a good talent. He's got the report there as well. That's why I signed him, really. My scout brought him back and said he's going to be a world-class central midfielder in the future. Like, players that say they're going to be world-class, regions, and they've got 20 determination, I really want it. Like, world-class. Why wouldn't you want a world-class player in your team? And that's not... Yeah, that's the difference. There's the star players, which are pretty good players anyway, which is Champions League level players, but then there's world-class. That's like the very best. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully you like the transfers. But I guess the same, I can't say the transfers are good or the transfers are bad until I see what happens on the pitch. So hopefully you understand that as well. But there's something I think we missed. No, it didn't show here for some reason. Have a little guess what it is. It's to do with a striker that has joined us again. By the name of Radamel Falcao. He has joined us on loan again. I'm sure you know by Football Manager, at the end of the season, like when you have a player on loan, it comes to you and you have an opportunity to sign them on loan again. That's what I did. Someone told me that Falcao, like they did it for them. Falcao accepted when they offered him another loan. So I did that. So I've got Falcao on loan for another season. That took away so much pressure in signing a big striker. And especially it was good as you got Rescaldani and Giovinco. But before anyone says, I know they're not the best quality in the world, but Giovinco playing for Juve, he had a good season for them. You can see by his rating. So I think he can be a good player for me, especially in that complete forward role of support. He's a supporting kind of player that can create. And then the next one is Ezequiel Rescaldani. There's something I want to talk about him as well. Another player in FM14 I saw about. I actually never used him personally, but I heard of people and I've saw screenshots of like on forums and that. He actually got about to 20 million in his value, and he looks like similar than he does now. He just had a bit more pace. I think it was up to 16 or something. Finishing got up to 16 as well. So as he can, because he's 23, you think a few seasons he'll increase to that. So yeah, he could get up to that 20 million value again, and if anything, we could make a profit off of him. So I know just looking at him, you probably don't think he's the same quality as Rooney or something, but at the end of the day, he's a 3-star potential ability. He's going to be a good player in the Premier League, so it'll be interesting to see. I think he'll be a good backup. He can be... Like, he's a hard striker to deal with, definitely, because he's got strength and he's not slow. He's got that 15 pace. And he's not bad creatively. He could be a support forward, or support in the complete forward role. He's got 14 vision, so yeah, pretty creative, and yeah, he'll be one of those stronger types that creates. So, yeah, leave your thoughts on the transfers so far. I'm pretty happy. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with what I've done in terms of transfers, but this is where it's got to get serious. This is where I want to build something special. And as I said earlier, of course, yeah, I got excited about the first season, but now it's when it's going to get more serious, and you'll probably tell that from my videos. I probably won't get so excited. I just got, because it was a hard season. It was actually a hard season, the first half of the season. Things were, going against me and that kind of stuff, and I turned it around. So, to me, I'm not surprised I got those reactions of being really happy of winning the league at the end, because it was a struggle at points, which if you watched all of the videos, I'm sure you would have found out. But as I said also at the start, if you like me being passionate and you like me to continue that, maybe, regardless of what a couple people say, if the majority of people like it, I'll keep it up, because like I said, I know I can't please everyone. I'll just try and, I'll try and please the people who actually enjoy watching my videos. So that's my job from now on. So hopefully you enjoy them. Drop a like. They'll be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time.